guys, welcome back to Wocky Studio on the Delmarva Peninsula. This is part 2 of our kiln unload video from August 26th of 2025. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you'd like to see more of our kiln unloads and find out more about glaze combinations, please hit the subscribe button and follow our journey as we keep making and learning more and more about pottery. Alrighty, let's get you moved down so that we can see close-ups of the pieces that came out of the kiln. So let's take a look at these plates. This plate was done with Amico Celadons. The first thing that I did was I put a layer of obsidian into the grooves and then I wiped that back. After I did that, I did 3 coats of ochre and 3 coats of fog. Then I went in and I did the birds with a mixture of Mako Stroken coats. I used the brown, white, and black and just mixed my own color for that and used the white here. I think it turns out really nice, and one of the things that I like about that fog is it's a good sky color for like a cloudy day, and it really does well with the birds. I'm going to pull out one of the mugs as well, because in this one, these again are Carolyn's chickens, and I tried to make them as accurate as I could. Again, it is Amico Celadons for the background color. This one is 3 coats of saguaro, and on the rim I have 2 coats of jade over top of that. I did the same thing with the mug, but I did them in the reverse order. So on this one, you can see that the plate is lighter next to the chickens, and on this one, the mug is darker next to the chickens. This one is where I did jade 3 coats, and I did the saguaro on the handle and on the inside. So I just sort of did the reverse of those. Now for what's on the chickens, these are, let's see, black, of course. The black lines are the obsidian wiped back. And then for this chicken, this hen, I did Amico's Deep Sienna Speckle, and I did 2 coats of that. For the rooster, for Jinx, I did the obsidian, I did 3 coats, and then I went over that with little strokes of snow. And then for this one, I used Honey Flux, 2 coats. The beak on all of them is 1 coat of Stroke and Coat by Mako Pumpkin. And every one of them, their combs and wattles are Amico's Deep Fire Brick Red, just 2 coats. All right, let me go ahead and bring out the gnome mug. And here is our gnome mug. And on this gnome mug, we have 2 coats of snow on the inside from Amico. Also use that same 2 coats of snow on the gnome's beard. This is Stroke and Coat Pinkaboo, 3 coats. And then for his hood and the handle, it is 2 coats of Mako's Eggplant and 1 coat of Mako's Celadon Bloom. And as you can see, I was getting close to the bottom of the jar of the Celadon Bloom, and so there are lots and lots of crystals on this fellow, so he certainly did not need 2 coats. If it had been you know, less crystals showing, I probably would have done 2. Let me bring these 2 mugs out, because both of these, even though they have different things on them, this one has the starfish and this one has the blue heron badge, they both have the exact same glaze combination. Again, with 2 coats of snow on the inside, but then I did 3 colors in bands and they were overlapping on these pieces. So let me talk about that. This was Mako's Sandstone, 2 coats, followed by Mako's Norse Blue, overlapping it, 2 coats. And then on top of that, Mako's Louisiana Bayou, 2 coats. And it did overlap in it, and you can see where that overlap occurred. We ended up with another color showing. And I did the same on the handle. Now for the starfish, on this one, I did 2 coats of Amaryllis. And on the badge of this one with the blue heron, I did Deep Sea, and I wiped that back and then went with Mako's Zinc Free Clear over top of that. Just 1 coat of each of those. All right, I'm gonna pull in our little collection here of plates. So again, it's on the little trinket dishes, the little saucers, and then the 1 larger plate. This again is all Amako Celadon, and the Celadons that I used are the Deep Sea. I used the Deep Sea to go and coated it all over, then wiped it back. I also used the Deep Sea on all of the rims, and I did 2 coats of that on the rims. And then I did 2 coats of Lagoon over top the whole thing, but not on the rim. And so that's how these pieces were all done. Here again is another example of Deep Sea, used inside texture, then wiped back, and a clear glaze over top of it with just the bare clay. All right, let's see, I'm gonna bring out my fun little ghosts. I absolutely cannot get enough of these ghosts, and I love them so much. But every one of the ghosts has 2 coats of snow from Amako. And the obsidian, again, is used in the eyes and in the mouth on all of them. And what I do with that obsidian is I just take it, put it on a little sumi brush, and then go in and go up, down, and then boop, right into the mouth. And I use a pretty heavy coat, so I honestly just do that 1 time. So there is obsidian on the cat. His tail again is just snow. There is Pinkaboo for the nose, which is a stroke and coat. And then I used Mako's Designer Liner Lime in his eyes. So let me see if I can get that up close enough. I'm not sure if you can make that out or not, but hopefully. And I don't know if I said it or not, but it was 2 coats heavy of the obsidian. This one with the little teacup on its head, I did the cobalt Amako Celadon in that, and you might be able to notice that there are just some little polka dots around on that, and those polka dots were just done with the snow just dropping little drops on. But of course the cobalt is so strong, it really, unless I had done that multiple times, you can just barely see them in person, and they almost look just textural. So probably if I want to do polka dots, I need to make sure I do many, many more coats. For this cute little pumpkin guy, this is Stroke and Coat, and it is the Stroke and Coat Orange Appeal. And on the stem, I simply have Mako's Black Timber. And I only did one coat of that. And as you can see with the one coat, it's perfect for this. I wouldn't do that on something that was a large piece because then you'd get a lot of imperfections showing. But on a tiny little stem, one coat does the trick, guys. Alrighty, both of these guys, the owl and the cowboy hat, are both done in Albany Slip Brown. And the little eyes are done in Obsidian on the owl. And it was 2 coats. Okay. Only one more thing to talk about. I know, super short. I really wish there had been more, but I am happy with the things that we do have, so. Alrighty, are the pumpkins. And on all of the pumpkin stems is the Black Timber. And it was 2 good coats on that because these are larger and I wanted them to really be covered well. All of the leaves and then this tiny little vine here are done in Amico's Deep Olive Speckle. And again, that was 2 coats. On this one, I did 2 coats of Amico Celadon Tangelo. And then over top of that, I went with 1 coat of Mako's Green Jasper. This one is 2 coats of Amico's Deep Sienna Speckle. And of course, we did do the bottoms as well. I did do only 1 coat on the bottom of the glaze, and then he used the stilts. So if you look at the bottom, I don't think it's a noticeable difference, but if there is, it's because it's only 1 coat on the bottom and 2 coats on the top. And then on this one, it is Honey Flux, 2 coats. And then 1 coat on the bottom. You, I think, might be able to detect that that's a little bit browner on bottom. And then, of course, Shane's favorite, and probably mine too, besides the mug that has the blue heron on it, of all the pieces that came out, this one just, this is one I would love to keep, but maybe I'll be making another one for myself because this one is destined for the table tomorrow, guys. But this is Tropical Teal, one of my favorite glazes that came out this year. And I used 2 coats of Tropical Teal all over, and then 1 of the Tropical Teal on the bottom. But what a beautiful, beautiful pumpkin. And all the different textures. It's just, I don't know, it feels good to hold in your hand, and it looks good to look at it. So I just like that a lot. Love that, love that. Alrighty. And back on up to me, guys. As I said, it was a small load, but it was the best that I could do that week to make up for the fact that, you know, Shane was really out of commission due to the pain in his hip. But I'm happy with the pieces that came out. I'm looking forward to making lots and lots of new pieces and doing a lot of new combinations in the glazing, and also doing some things with the Amico crawl glazes that have come out. So looking forward to that in the next couple of weeks. Keep checking back to see what's coming out of our kiln, guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, no matter where you're at. Okay, bye guys.